Well, good morning. This is, I guess, is week 1. It's gonna be the beginning of my fitness journey because I have just signed up to my 21-day trial. I watched my friend's mom, who's 60, go to like an E45 gym and like knock it out of the park, and I was like, this is a goal. Okay, so if I want to be that person, I need to start today. Like, of course I can always start. Ideally, I want to try and stick to a consistent routine. And so I'm just like, okay, let's just sign up. I know it's scary, but I'll do it and see how it goes, and hopefully I fall in love with it. And I need to make sure that my food and diet for next week is enough and sufficient to keep me strong, nourished, and full for the week. And I need to keep that up for, of course, every week after that. And I'm gonna be grocery shopping after I feel better. Basically, I'm having some small health issues with my stomach. I recently discovered that I had a bacteria. Like, I can still live with it, but it's quite problematic because it makes me feel nauseous. It makes me have acid refluxes and acidity in my stomach. Hopefully we'll get it handled with my doctor and I'll be all good. But yeah, it's important to monitor your symptoms, make a list of what you're feeling, how long you're feeling them for, not wait too long, go to the doctor, get it checked out, and always make sure your doctor's happy, gets you dispensed, even though if it's just like appointments and stuff, so you can make sure you're fully healthy. Today is my first gym class. Honestly, ever since I signed up, I've been stressing about it. But I'm trying to be optimistic about how it's gonna go. Biggest reason I want to go to the gym is because of my arms. I really hate my arms. And for anyone who's like, oh, I like her arms and I see myself like in my body, whatever. But for myself, my arms really bother me and I want to do something about it. Besides that, I think I'm okay. Like, I don't hate my thighs, but they've been rubbing, which really bothers me and hurts me when I'm walking. And my tummy has I've lost a little bit of weight, so I'm not too worried about that. We'll see. Let's go. 1 hour later. So I finished my gym session and genuinely, I think I was more scared of it than how scary it really was. I need to sit down because my fucking legs hurt. Halfway through the class, I felt really unwell and I could literally feel myself getting super dizzy. So I took a break and I had like a Rice Krispie bar, which is just like getting sugar into my system, and drank some water, sat for a bit, but barely, because I was like, if I start giving myself this permission of always taking breaks whenever I feel like, I'm not saying like work out until you pass out, no, but I was already feeling a bit better, so I decided to get back on it, or at least try and see how I could do it. The one thing I'm going to be very honest about, I wasn't doing my whole sets. Like, they're like, yeah, do 4 sets of 10. I was probably doing like 2 to 3 sets of 8. It was hard. Yeah, I wasn't really pushing myself. I was just trying to survive. It was great. And also I met some lovely ladies, and I hate being like the Debbie Downer in a group. So it's one of those things when you're in a group of people who are already a certain level, it also pushes you to push yourself. But yeah, it was good. I'm proud of myself. And I feel like this is something I can do. I just need to eat better to be better prepared for these classes. I'll do more, I'll do better, and I'll keep going. I can't even bend. I want to show my body now because I feel like, firstly, I want to say that, wait, let me show you. She's crazy, girl. So yeah, I really don't fucking like it. I hate it. I'm sure people will see this and be like, yeah, you know, the rolls could go, blah, blah, blah. This doesn't fit well and it looks like fat. But it's not even about what my body looks like. It's also about the clothes I'm wearing. Like, of course, I'm not gonna go naked and be like, yeah, look, it's all... No. But if I was wearing clothes that are more appropriate to my body shape and how it's at right now, my clothes, or at least this gym outfit, would look so much better. And I'm gonna prove it with like just my leggings. Basically, if I have it here like this, it's not the most flattering. But if I do this, you can see how it smooths out my shape and it continues the line more naturally, more flattering. Guys, look at this. All fits into like a nice shape. Everything is about illusion, puta. But it's just like the way you dress, depending on your body shape and size, really impacts how you perceive yourself. And honestly, the only thing that bothers me is my fucking arms. But besides that, I don't like have any hate relationship with my body. And I say hate because I feel like Of course, if you see like cellulite or something like that, oh, ew. And I've seen some pictures of my engagement trip with my boyfriend, and I was like, oh, I really... Was my tummy protruding like that the whole time? I'm a bit upset because it ruins the pictures and makes me feel fatter, because in my head, I'm a skinny legend. I don't think you understand, like, the like contrast. I'm not even, it's not body dysmorphia.
You sure about that? You sure about that?
But it's really like, in my head, I'm skinny. Even the outfits I plan, it's for a skinny body with less curves. Maybe because I used to be so skinny for the longest time and I couldn't gain any weight, that I'm so not used to it, even though it's been like quite a while that my body has shifted and I'm not as skinny and whatnot. But it's crazy. Maybe that's what body dysmorphia is. Anyways, let's go get fit. Let's be the bad bitches we dream about. Let's be the girls. Anyways, I need to stop. That's one thing that bugs me, but I just accept it. Of course, I have a picture from a wedding. Oh my god, I was probably the biggest at that point, which was 69 kilos. And I was already starting to lose weight, so I was probably bigger than that. But fucking hell, why do I look like... It is such a bad picture, such bad angles. And I don't even think I'm like, oh, I'm huge. I'm like, that is an awful picture of me. And I feel like I'm so grateful for that perspective of myself. Is like, I don't see myself as like, oh, I'm so fat, I need to lose the weight. I'm like, that is such an unflattering picture. And I accept it for what it is. That's a bad picture. Because I have other pictures and I look great. But I wasn't like, oh my god, I can't wear this. I was just like wearing whatever. And yeah, I had like extra fat roll under my arms and stuff. And I didn't love it. But I wasn't like, oh my god, I'm so fat, I need to get skinnier. Like, a bit. But mostly I was like, why the fuck did I wear a t-shirt that was too small for me? So honestly, just accept where you're at and focus on your goals, stay healthy, mentally and physically. So, let's get to work, bitches. So week 1 at the gym done. Honestly, Monday I was the sorest I've ever been. The Monday class really took me the fuck out. But I felt like this Friday was super difficult. It was so bad and I felt really disappointed with myself in today's session. But it is what it is. I'll start adding cardio to my routine soon, slowly but surely. We'll see how it goes. Yeah. So, what's wrong, baby? What do you want? I'm here. Let's talk diet. I have just come back from the gym and today I also had my first appointment with my dietitian. Well, honestly, nothing that I didn't know about. Like, I need to diversify my diet, I need to add more fiber, I need to add more greens, and she said something, I think a lot of people are saying things and it's starting to click. You take what you already make and you add vegetables, which I kind of do, but I think I don't do it enough, and it's such a good idea to like start doing it more. And people are like, obviously me, okay? I'm going through the motions of the ocean. I'm a picky eater who doesn't love vegetables, likes some fruits specifically, and then I haven't been cooking that excellent right now, okay? So I am struggling with a lot of things at the moment. And also, it's like the chore of thinking about what to cook, going grocery shopping, meal prep. Then if you fail your meal prep, you're kind of fucked for the rest of the week, you know? But yeah, I think today I had like a little déclic, on va dire. So today, for my dinner, I will be adding spinach and a green bell pepper to my omelet. And that should be a quite good way of starting to have vegetables. And I think I just need to change my mindset, which is very difficult. I've tried many times and genuinely always fail and always go back to bad habits because I never prioritize it. I don't care enough. I know that I won't die and therefore I don't give a fuck. You know, those hunter-gatherer instincts, just not there. This is the commercial, capitalistic woman that you're saying. But yeah, this is also my week 3 at the gym, so I just started, and I just have to say, I don't feel like, it's so interesting, I don't feel scared about the gym anymore. And I also feel like you go into the gym, be like, yeah, it's gonna be annoying, but whatever. You finish and you're like, yeah, that's it. Like, I'm not like crawling home like in pain and agony, exhausted. it feels pretty good. Also, maybe I don't push myself like crazy. Not yet. I've just started, guys. Let's be real. And also, today I barely ate. So what the fuck was I gonna do doing that type of shit at the gym? Nay, nay. Yeah, so the gym isn't as scary. That's really what I want to say. And I think I can be consistent for like 6 months to a year. But I know that after 6 months to a year, I might just like go down. However, I hope I don't. We'll see. Okay, it's been 5 minutes or 8 minutes since I've been talking. Yapping. I've been yapping at you. Okay, one more point as an adult, but I feel like life as an adult, it's all about chores. And it pisses me the fuck off. I'm not doing anything more productive that I can't clean my own house. I am just lazy. You feel me? Tastes healthy. You know that feeling when you kind of don't want to go? I had it on Sunday, and now I'm just like, I just need to accept it. I'm just gonna go to work out. I'm just gonna call it a day, have fun, come home, do what I need to do. And when you think about it, I'm currently only doing 3 hours a day. What am I doing that is so important that I can't take 3 hours out of my whole week to work out? Honestly, it's never that deep, it's never that serious. So when you're lazy to go to the gym, just remember that it's never that much time. Once I get into classes, once I have like a routine that I kind of just have to stick to it, nothing else matters. I'm just gonna stick to it and call it a day, and that's it. Okay, it was a really good session, honestly. So good. Anyways, the more I work out, the more like my approach to health and fitness and what it means to be a certain way changes. Of course, from the beginning, at the very start, it was like, oh, losing weight, being like thinner and stuff like that. And like most of the time, I don't feel like that. I'm like, oh, I'm stronger, I'm healthier, I'm fitter because I can lift things, I have better cardio, la la. And yesterday, my gym actually posted me on their story, and I felt huge. I felt super fat, and I'm sure people would look at my body and maybe not feel that way. But it's kind of sad because I've always had this, like, growing up really skinny, I've always had this idea that I was really thin, and then my body changed, and I feel like in my head it didn't. So I feel like I'm still relatively thin. And then I look at pictures and it's like not the same. Even for like outfits, when I plan outfits, I plan with how I see myself, like thinly, and it's quite bad because then the outfits don't look good, because obviously my body is a bit curvier than that, so certain outfits just don't look that good, and it's not a bad thing, but it's just different. So yeah, yesterday I felt a bit fat, and I haven't been like tracking my macros or anything, but I don't know how to explain it. It's just like, it's weird. Even now, like I saw them post my story and I'm like, oh, who's that fat ass? But then I'm looking at myself and I'm like, oh, have I not lost weight? And when I check my weight, I've actually not lost weight. When I look at myself, I feel skinny, but then I see videos and pictures and I feel huge. And so I don't even know how to feel about that. I don't feel like, oh my god, it's the end of the world, but I also feel like, fucking hell, what else do I have to do? Like, obviously my diet needs to be more balanced, but I still want to eat whatever I want. Otherwise it's not realistic for me to change my eating habits, otherwise I will never be happy. But I already don't consume like a lot of crazy things. But yeah, it's quite freaking annoying. This is a little update. I think the gym is actually so interesting because the reps go down, the weights go up and stuff like that. And genuinely, I feel like some weeks I'm just so much worse. I feel like, oh yeah, I'll just keep going up. But honestly, I'm just like, I need to go back down because some of this shit is so hard. So the gym has been 50-50. Last week was really difficult because of my tummy. So my gut hasn't really fully changed. It has been better. But last week has been mediocre. I feel full. I feel nauseous after some of the workouts. And yeah, hasn't been phenomenal. But I'm getting some medication finally. I still have some additional checks to do because my doctor wasn't very happy with some of the results of my blood test. But you know, it's important to get to the bottom of things regardless, always.
The next day.
Today was the first gym session where I was genuinely like, I want to quit. I started the antibiotics and I just feel like it was not a good session. I was so tired. I was just like not feeling it. I was like, I just want to go home and sleep. I haven't been eating that well. I had no energy for this shit. Genuinely, first session I was like, I want to stop. I don't want to come to this anymore. They had that inspirational quote, because they have quotes, and it's like, you can't expect to have to have certain results by doing something you... Anyways, I'll probably just pop the quote if I remember. I was like... Good morning. It is Monday. I'm going to the London Bridge Hospital to get an MRI and a fibro scan of my liver. Super random because I literally went into my doctor appointments being like, hi, my stomach hurts, blood tests, and he was like, let's just do a few more checks. So we'll see. I'm kind of worried because MRI, I might get an injection for like contrast, and I'm not about that life. You can take blood, but don't just put shit in me. And I also have to be like no eating for at least 4 hours for the fibro scan and 3 hours for the MRI, which is fucking long. Okay, it's done. It went well, I think. I felt like the liquid come in, but it wasn't painful. It's just a bit weird, and I'm glad I didn't feel anything. But yeah, it was long. My ass was starting to hurt. But yeah, I'm finally gonna be able to eat. So. In other news, since I barely meal prepped, let's try the Gale sandwich, which is... I didn't actually read what it was. Okay, it's not bad. Therefore, I'll take it. So I'm drinking the co-op things. What I love is this is a big size, so you have multiple shots. It's pretty good. Oh, nice. I think I like beverages with a tang to them. That's probably why I like, what's it called? Kombucha? I have been procrastinating on like a body update because I was worried there was no change, and I didn't kind of want to see it because I don't know, I didn't want to be self-conscious when I actually felt pretty good about myself and my body. But yeah, here's the little update. I haven't skipped a day of the gym. I've been going every 2 days, 3 times a week. So yeah, here is the update so far. So this is the body yada yada. I haven't had dinner yet. But yeah, you can see some definition. I don't know if I don't know. Can you see them now? Okay, quick. I feel like there's gonna be some changes. I also feel, I feel stronger, but I'm just lifting stronger. I don't feel like,
oh my god, so much stronger.
I don't get that. Maybe I'm not there yet, but I'm a baddie, okay? My arms, are they like more defined? Maybe. Nah, this is the flex though. What? Holy shit! Look at the shadows. I'm trying so hard. What else is there? You're welcome for the update. Damn. Okay, I didn't do that last time. Korra, that's my blanket. But did you see it? Yeah? Yeah, Korra. Wow. So this is the last week I worked out for 2025, and I did a conditioning session on Thursday, and now I'm gonna do like a little buddy update because I'm going on holidays and then you'll only see me next year. So here's a little update. Okay, so I've decided not to do a side-to-side comparison between my February and January body comparisons, simply because I don't want you to be influenced by the date. And since they all have slightly different angles and zooms that I've used for my camera, my body might look different. I do think the January one has a huge, like, wow, like she's reached her goal kind of energy. And then February, I feel like I've actually looked like I've gained a bit more weight, whereas in fact, I've actually lost most weight in February, so it's super contradicting. And I guess in this way of not putting them side by side, you get to decide for yourself and also allow yourself to grow out of that weight mindset of like numbers really just are numbers and it doesn't really say how I feel or really define how I look. Of course, now that I am working out, I do feel like I can be less harsh on myself because I am doing something towards something that makes me unhappy and I'm trying to fix it. Whereas before, I was really upset with myself because I knew I didn't look the way I wanted to and I wasn't doing anything to actually change that. So regardless of how I looked, it was unhealthy because I actually wasn't working out, wasn't building muscle, wasn't doing any cardio to take care of myself. So now I feel like I look at myself much differently. Of course, I'm still not reaching my goals and I can still be harsh with myself, but there's only so much harshness I can be because at the end of the day, if I'm still mean to myself, I'm just being petty because I'm actually doing something. So yeah. Okay, so I wanted to do a little final update because I haven't really wrapped certain items up. But basically for the meal prep, I have been using an app called Mob. And the main thing and the main reason I'm using it is because you can find recipes on the app. And when you select them, you can also add them to your grocery list so you know exactly what to buy. That's one thing that I've been really upset about when I was using web search to find recipes because then you have to make sure all the ingredients line up and all of that. Really waste of time. So that's the main reason why I use it, and it solves most of my day. And I prepare my food every week, and I don't really think about it, so it's really good to have a routine. Then how I feel in my clothes, I actually have been avoiding some of my workout clothes that are more tight fitted because they're still tight, they're still a bit too small, and I would rather not make myself feel self-conscious when I'm feeling good. And yeah, that's just pretty simple and straightforward. Regarding the weight loss, I'm still at right now 63 something, which is pretty good, but I'm trying not to be harsh on myself and trying to think about muscle gain and also just having that in the calculation when I look at my weight because it's never just the number that matters, it's also how I feel and how I look and how I think I look. So that's that. Other thing that has been very beneficial from the gym is my skin has gotten so much better, especially my face. I feel like I had a lot of glow, especially in January. No, especially in December. I think it's way more visible, the glow that I had, and I loved it. Because you're sweating out all the toxins. No complaint. And for the gym and my overall feeling around it, I think now it's part of my routine. It's just something I just do. And even though sometimes I feel lazy, I do try to alternate between really hard classes and classes that are a bit more easy. So if I really don't feel like doing cardio, I will not do it. But if I haven't done it in 2-3 weeks, then I will do it regardless. Just because I want to be able to keep myself motivated and not be overwhelmed and upset because it's such a hard class. So yeah, it is what it is. Like, you make the most of the situation and you push yourself, you challenge yourself, and you show up. I think that's the most important, showing up and doing. But yeah, I don't think I'll do any other updates like this one, but I can always reply to comments and maybe share some updates during my vlogs. So yeah, thank you for watching. Bye.